Hey, what's up, my fellow YouTubers? I'm twystidj, and this is my official game review of Call of Duty Ghost, which honestly, I thought was actually pretty decent. Actually, in the long run, I thought it was actually really, really decent video game. But it kind of started out kind of funny because it didn't really feel like a regular Call of Duty game when I first started playing it, which it's good that I'm adding it to a plus. But basically, when you really got into the feel of the game, it almost felt right to you. And I think that's the one thing that's really, really sick about it. And I think that's the one thing I loved about it because, and partly hated about it when I first started it, it really didn't feel right to me. It kind of felt like, okay, they're combining a stealth game with a little bit of, basic Call of Duty gameplay. But really, when you got deep down inside it, you literally figured out more and more into it. And I think that's what really struck me as really, really rare. That, you could combine a stealthy approach in those type of games and not have to worry about that. And basically, the whole thing about it was it's really, really interesting that you really come across gameplay like that. Basically, when you've got your dog and you really do need to get yourself out of a pickle, having your best friend, aka your dog, basically really does come in handy when you really need to be stealthy. And really, which I think was missing on the other ones, but like I said, that's one of the strong points. Another strong point was graphic detail. They really did pay a lot of attention. Even on the PlayStation 3, they paid a lot of attention to it. And I think that's what really made it interesting was the graphics detail that they had on that, because when you had a gust of wind coming in, you literally saw that. You didn't actually see the wind, but you actually saw the grass moving and those type of actions, and basically that really did come in handy, which I think was kind of a plus and a negative if you really think about it, because with that being said, with some of the detail they showed in that, I think on the PlayStation 4, I think they could have used a little more detail. Like, okay, if there's a wind blowing and you're actually trying to shoot somebody, you would think that, oh, maybe the wind would actually help the bullet move a little bit in the direction that it really needs to move in, like, the engine core. But all in all, it was actually a really decent engine. And graphic detail. But some of the negative was the online was kind of weak, to be honest, because I think that was the weakest thing I had out of it. And it's not your basic typical online type feel. And I think that's the one thing that really let it down, was it's not your typical Call of Duty online player. And I think you would even notice it on the PlayStation Network, on the PS3, and even on the PS4. It was kind of weak for play-wise. But all in all, I still give it a really strong rating because it really did play well. And I ended up giving it an 8 out of 10 actually, because I actually felt like it felt like a game that was an 8, to be honest. And a lot of my friends say, I don't know if it really did have that feel, if it really played well or not, or if. And I'm like, honestly, I think part of it was that it was that great. I don't think it was as great as Battlefield 4 or Killzone Shadowfall, but it's definitely a good game. But if you're more of a Black Ops player, you might as well just pass it by, because basically anybody that's really a Black Ops or a Black Ops 2 type player, you're going to be more into the online than you are actually the story, and I think the weakness was the online. So basically, if you're an all-around Call of Duty guy, I definitely recommend this game. But if you're pretty much just a Black Ops type, just don't waste your money. But all in all, great game. I basically said, if you go out and you're a Black Ops player, I say go out, rent this game, see if you're going to actually want to buy it. And if you feel like it does play well for you, go right ahead and buy it. But I'm twystidj, and this is my official review of Call of Duty Ghosts. Thanks for watching. Peace. I'm out.